Oh my god, you made a song just for TikTok?
Yeah, you can come and watch me drink my morning coffee.
See, you're beautiful. You're in control. You got this shit. You're gonna have a great day.
So, you still believe they're sending rockets into space, do you? Alright, let's do that. In a world run by parasitic entities, it is hard to tell truth from fiction. It's even harder when these people repeat the same lie over and over and over until you believe it. They will repeat this lie so many times that even when you are presented with obvious proof that they're lying, many of you will deny this. Many of you will pretend like there is an excuse. This message is not for those of you who support the parasitic individuals running Earth. This message is for those of you free thinkers out there not completely under control by the government. Did you guys see the SpaceX rocket? These people are pretending like they are sending rockets into space. And because they have CGI and other technological advances, they are able to trick many of you into believing they are doing just that. So I wonder how many of you would admit when you've been fooled. How many of you can see evidence and take it for what it is? Did you see the mouse that hitched a ride into space? This mouse rode on a SpaceX rocket to outer space. This rocket was out of Earth's atmosphere where there was no possible way for anything to survive. You heard me correctly. A mouse rode on the outside of a rocket flying 12,000 miles an hour in outer space. And this mouse didn't just ride on the rocket. Why does that matter? Because at 12,000 miles an hour, a mouse would not be able to walk around. It doesn't matter if you are accelerating or not. When you're moving 12,000 miles on the outside of a rocket, you are not going to be able to hang on, let alone walk around. And yet, a mouse with almost no muscle mass was able to hang on to the outside of this rocket. And not only was this mouse walking around on the outside of this rocket, but the rocket itself was clearly made out of some form of fabric. It was flopping in the wind of the atmosphere that shouldn't exist. So yeah, you got a mouse flying on this rocket through outer space at 12,000 miles an hour. No problem. If you watch that video and you see anything other than the scam they are trying to pull on you, then you have successfully been brainwashed. So if you watch that video and you believe you are looking at a chunk of ice or a real rocket flying through space, then the government successfully has control over your mind. And that's not good. So wake up.
Hello, loves. I've been asked to share my worst Karen story, and this is the first one ever. Now, this is a repeat, so some of you OGs have already heard it before. And a little backup to this story. This is when I had first started. So you're talking about 10 years ago, and I maybe had 1 year experience under my belt and didn't know how to handle customers and whatnot. Most of my cakes that you see are generally taller. They're about 3 layers each, and I go according to serving size. I make the cake according to the size that you want. So this person had reached out to me. She had twins, a boy and a girl. It was their first birthday. She wanted a Mickey Mouse cake, where the bottom of the cake is just plain cake, and then the top has like a little top hat of Mickey Mouse with the ears. So 1 girl, 1 boy, 1 blue, and I think 1 pink. She wanted it to feed 40 people, but she wanted the cake to be a 10-inch base. Now, with the cake being a 10-inch base, if I was to make it 3 layers tall, plus the hat was cake as well, it would have fed at least 35 people each, making it 70 in total. So I would have to charge her for 70. So I should have, and this is where I learned from this experience, because remember, I was just a year into caking. I should have told her my cakes are 3 layers each, so you might want to downsize on that if you only want it to feed 40 people, but I didn't. I went ahead and I made it 10 inches, but I made it only 2 layers each, with the top hat being cake. So each one already feeds 25 people. So it actually feeds total 50, and I didn't charge her extra for that 10, which I know you're thinking it's just 10 extra people, but in the cake world, it is extra. By the way, this story has nothing to do with this cake. Obviously, this isn't a Mickey Mouse cake. Anyways, so I sent her a picture of the cakes, and she called me back like complaining and crying and upset. And she was yelling at me on the phone and telling me how ugly the cakes were. Mind you, they were adorable. They were just shorter in height. That's it. She kept telling me, I can't believe you would ruin my day. I can't believe you would pick my day. All the other cakes I've seen you do on Instagram were beautiful, but you choose my day to ruin it. Why would you do that? She's like, I went with you because you do amazing work. And she's like, and they're so short. I was like, they're only a layer short. And I just went according to your serving size because you wanted the bigger base. I was like, if I added another layer, it was going to feed a lot extra for both cakes. And then she's like, well, you should have told me that. I don't care. I would have paid the balance or whatever it was. Again, before I get attacked, yes, that was my fault. Let me repeat that. That was my fault. I should have told her. But the cakes still looked cute. They were just shorter in height. That was the only problem. Anyways, she kept calling me and calling me and calling me. And I'm like, I don't know why she keeps calling me because literally she's telling me the same thing over and over again. I charged her literally only $40 for both cakes. Each one feeds like 25 people. And in the caking world, you guys know how cheap that is. I basically wasn't paid for any of my labor. Anyways, because she kept nagging me, I told her, if you call me one more time, I'm going to call the police. I told her, if you don't want the cakes, that's okay. And she's like, of course I want the cakes. What am I going to do? And I was like, I really can't give them to you. Her husband came and picked them up. He seemed super embarrassed, by the way. Now I'm actually really cautious about making sure people know what size they're getting. Lesson learned.
Hello, welcome to the ER. How can I help you? I'm looking for my dad. They said they have to rush him into surgery. What's the surgery? An addictomy. I'm sorry, say that again? An addictomy. What's the surgery for? I think they said it's to get his appendix removed. Oh, an appendectomy. Yes, addictomy. Listen, ma'am, I would, but I'd probably get in trouble. Your dad's on the 4th floor.
When a customer asks for dairy-free, gluten-free, keto-friendly, zero-calorie, zero-sugar, no cholesterol ice cream.
So I've had a lot of people message me lately asking for advice that are dealing with mind control, being contorted while they sleep, negative thoughts. They're draining your happiness, basically, right? Making you feel depressed. These beings can't do anything to you, okay? They're feeding off of your fear. I keep trying to explain this to everybody. They can't hurt you. They can just make you feel like shit, right? If this is happening to you, you have to change your mindset, okay? Don't be afraid. That's exactly what they want. Start laughing. Take it as a joke. They'll stop, all right? If they're not getting what they want from you, they'll just find somebody else. You are aware of them. That's why they do it to you, because you're aware that they're there, right? They want to stop you from saying things. They want to stop you from spreading that. They don't want people to realize that they exist and that they are doing this to others. So the more that you speak on it, the more they do it. I deal with it every day, okay? Every night I go to bed, something fucks with me. Every single day. I just never give them what they want, right? It's more of like a cat and mouse game now at this point. Like, they just like playing with me because they know that they're curious to see what I'll do. They can't hurt you, all right? I just want you to remember that. They really can't. So stop worrying. Laugh it off. Change your state of mind, and hopefully that helps, all right?
I am absolutely horrified. What is this? I'm serious. Right fucking now. Yeah, please call a manager. What is this?
It's called
short-staffed and don't. No, this is not full for short-staffed.
Go find another line.
Okay, I will. I absolutely will. That is not what this is. I'm sorry, ma'am. No, I am not doing that. Oh, well. I have just been stereotyped for shoplifting. I'm sorry. Are you guys going to tell me I haven't? Okay. What are you guys doing?
Who are you talking to?
You.
What do you mean? I'm in line. What are you doing?
Ring again. Ring the doorbell again. This is an emergency. We're not being delicate. Oh, go, go, go! Good job! I was so stressed for that talk.
You're about 6 feet away, maybe, from your car. Can you sense that your car is right in front of you,
Come
baby?
on.
This thing is absolutely gorgeous.
I know, and I can't open my eyes.
Nope. We're almost ready for you to see it. Oh, you got something to do first?
Yeah, I got one more thing.
Don't open your eyes yet. Don't open your eyes yet. Can you smile?
Smile.
Just smile.
All right.
This is my last selfie. All right. Oh my goodness, this is exciting. Are you ready for this day of yours to get a whole lot better?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Oh my God.
Can you believe it's the same car?
No, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have Chip take you around the car so we can point out some of the things that he and the A-team did.
Oh my God.
First of all, congratulations.
Oh my God. I can't believe it.
Tips from the ER. Patients falling in the hospital. There are many reasons why a patient would fall down in the ER. Sometimes they're over-medicated and just don't realize how unstable they are, or sometimes they're old and confused, but determined. Nothing drops my heart faster than seeing an unstable grandma try to climb her way out of bed to use the toilet. I told you to hit the call light, Bertha. Now look at ya. Came in for a cough, stayed for a broken hip. If you are an unstable patient in the ER, the first thing we're gonna do is get you a yellow wristband that says fall risk on it in big, black, bold letters. We're also gonna get you some grippy hospital socks to make sure you don't slip on our smooth and slippery hospital floors. But why are the floors so slippery? I'll tell you why, motherfuckers. So we can easily and quickly push beds up and down the hospitals when we need to. Can you imagine trying to push a patient to emergency surgery on a rough, uneven surface? Ha! That patient would be dead. Now why would you want that?
When you buy a cat to get rid of rats in the yard.
So, what do you guys think about the people uniting against the parasites? Does that spark any interests with you? Does the idea of humanity finally having its authority back make you feel motivated? What everybody needs to realize is that every single one of us is in this together. There is nobody who is outside of the grasps of these parasites. This is because the parasites who run the world only want one thing, and it's not money. And that is what they have. They have total control over the population because we simply gave it to them. We gave it to them without knowing what we were doing. But because we now know what we are doing, we can regain our authority. It is through the regaining of our authority in which we will all thrive. Imagine a world where if you worked and you put into the system, you were able to not only survive, but thrive in the world. There is no job that exists that is more important than the other. There are tons of high-paying jobs that are completely and utterly useless. And then there are low-paying jobs that without these people, we would not have a society. So my question to you is, why do we value the people who have the least amount of value for society? And why do we discredit those people who prop this entire system up? Does that make any sense? What we need to do is we need to stop fighting over the shape of the earth. Those people who are defending the parasites are doing so by combating the truth. The saddest thing about all of that is the people who are combating the truth are under the delusion that they are doing the right thing. They somehow think by attacking their fellow human that they are doing humanity a justice. They do that because they have taught us that this world we live in is all about survival of the fittest. Even though evolution has completely been discredited beyond any doubt, people still believe it. This is because if you say a lie for long enough, the masses simply will never accept the truth. So, are you one of the hypnotized zombies out there just doing what you need to do to survive? Or are you one of the free thinkers who exist here for the sole purpose of waking up the other people? If you're not one of those two things, what you need to be is supportive over those who you want to win. This is because the herd will follow whoever wins. Few will speak up. Many will follow. It is up to us to set the direction in which humanity is going. So please, choose wisely. I love you.
Oh no, I hope a big booty girl that loves tacos and dogs doesn't follow me home. Sadie, quit eating those. I'm trying to find you a moth.
No string, no fish wire. You guys can look at every corner. No fish wire, right? We're good. Everybody happy with that? There's nothing on here. There shouldn't be anything on here. Nothing. There's nothing around. I'll move it to the side. Do you guys see a string? Do you guys see anything? Thank you so much for the gifts, guys. Do you guys see anything? Is this like moving away? It shouldn't be moving. Can you move the curtain? Fuck. Oh, fuck. It's freezing over here. Okay. It's dangerous because it's dark. It's a dark spirit. Thank you for moving it. Anything on here, guys? Like anything? Anything on there? Anything? Do you guys see anything here?
Can we lay off on the trolls for a bit? I've made it obvious that I'm not going to allow it. Not only are you attacking me, you're attacking the followers that I have. I have followers that don't have their heads entirely shoved up their ass, right? You have 4.4 million followers or 10 million followers, and you make a derogatory video about me asking questions that need to be asked. Those aren't real people. I know what you are. I can explain to everyone what you are. We can dive further into it. I'm saying lay off, right? Enough's been said. You did something that you shouldn't have done. It's pretty fucking obvious. I mean, it's so obvious that it's painful. Stop. Yes, I shut the comments off to those videos. Because I know that in order for you to make an impact, you have to congregate, okay? I'll say this again. I know what you are. I called you out, you responded, and now you have to defend yourself like a child. You were going after people that I care about. All you do is ridicule everyone, right? I said something that everyone was thinking, and my words were twisted around in such a way that I'm the bad guy. It doesn't always work, right? Not everyone is equally as fucking stupid as you. That's what you don't get. If I could say one thing, before you put that technology out there that just attacks everyone, don't assume that everyone is as stupid as you are.
I'm a 22-year-old college student and currently live at home with my mom. The only problem is she always tries to control me. I've confronted her about it, but she'll say, it's my house and my rules, so if you don't like it, then get out. So how do I maintain my independence while not getting put out?
See, Kyra, you get independence when you become independent. But as long as you are dependent and you live in her house, then see your mama, she making rules.
If you're wanting me to like move toward independence and be an adult, then kind of give me that leeway and treat me like one.
Well, that ain't how it works. How much do you contribute? Do you buy groceries, pay the mortgage? Do you even know what a light bill is? Do you make the car payment? Why is she so quiet? That, folks, is the silence of a dependent. That's the sound of my children when I ask them the same question. People in hell want ice water.
You do that on